Previously on the Novympia channel.
It's not very good, is it?
A bit tasteless. I remember it being better than that.
And coming up,
You look like an idiot.
A raging
Because you are stupid and you don't understand.
I find you very rude. The Novympia channel is made possible by our gorgeous patrons who get access to the most unappealing crap you'll find anywhere on the whole internet.
Cue the snafu! Hiya, Barbie.
Oh, fuck me, kid.
I really thought you weren't going to do that then. Can you imagine if you didn't say that? People would have phoned you up on the daily and done like a, is this 3-2-1 cocksucker way?
Isn't this 4215 pussy way?
Yes, hello, yes!
Hiya.
Welcome to another Novympia treat starring you girls! Oh, Nova and I have come in pink and purple today. Oh, is that because we're doing Barbie?
I mean, I don't know. Purple's a very Barbie colour.
No, I've not. I've come as Cher.
Bitch!
I have combined looks and wigs that have spanned the centuries.
I like that you're wearing earrings
Don't
and
listen.
a knuckle duster.
I knew you were
on your
gonna.
head.
I knew you were gonna take me down. I just feel like I want to look like some sort of Queen of Sheba, kind of 60s ice skater.
Who do you think you are? The Queen of Sheba?
Who do you think you are, the Queen of Sheba?
We recently went to see Barbara at the cinema.
Like the rest of the world.
Barbie, the motion picture event of the season.
Barbie, this is a film that has been in the works for, I think, a good 10 years.
Centuries.
It's swapped studios, it's swapped writers and directors.
Did you know
What?
that Amy Schumer was going to play Barbie? Because I'm the only person in the whole world that knows that.
That was with a different studio, though. That was not with Warner Brothers.
She's got it. Or you got always trying to up me one.
And
I
then
can't speak.
that was apparently due to scheduling conflicts. And then Anne Hathaway was supposed to do it for a while. And then, like, the rights... I can't remember what studio it was we were talking about.
I'm glad she didn't do it because I've never had much investment in Anne Hathaway.
Was it maybe Paramount?
No one
I can't
cares
remember.
about that.
But their rights expired and then Warner Brothers picked it up and actually made a film. Shall we start, first of all, talking a bit about the marketing behind this film?
Well, listen, I mean, you think that it would be like pretty intense. You'd think it would be like, okay, yeah, they've done a good job. They've made like Barbie dolls for it. Well, you didn't. That was a joke. You didn't get it. You weren't listening to me.
You think it'd be pretty intense? You think it'd
They
be
made
yeah,
Barbie
okay, they
dolls
made
to
Barbie
promote
dolls
it.
for it? Right. How's that a joke?
Because it's the other way round, Nova. The movie was made based on the dolls. It's not the...
But they did make Barbie dolls to promote it.
Okay, well, listen.
They brought out a range of Barbie dolls.
Would you like to
promote the
start
film.
again from the beginning?
I don't understand, though.
Why don't you try injecting a bit of humour? We're going to have fun today, aren't we?
You have to be
And
funnier
also,
than that.
and also, that was my best stuff. Do you know what I actually think, though? Is perhaps this is cutting off circulation to my head. I tried to say something a second ago and I just couldn't say it.
The marketing for this film, we will flash up the alleged budget for this marketing, but it's a lot. It started early and it was a lot. There have been so many collaborations with a multitude of brands doing merch for this film. I think it's been quite clever. I read online that the way you can differentiate between if something is specifically for the Barbie movie or just a Barbie product in general is there is like a logo for the film and it specifically says Barbie the movie in it.
It's just different from the regular Barbie logo anyway.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just different anyway.
Yeah.
But they went so overboard, didn't they? They made a pink dolphin for it. Did you see that? What? There's a pink dolphin that they invented for this picture.
That's so fun! That was great! Try again! It's so amazing, no feeling compares. Nothing can get in the way, nothing can...
Lesbian! We're all thinking it, aren't we? I'm not.
I'm not.
And,
Sure.
you know, I was never that mithered. I will say, I was never that mithered. It's not an aesthetic that I perhaps am drawn to.
Me neither.
Nova. You've got a fucking nerve, first of all. So, I don't know, for that, I was never really that into it, especially because I felt slightly, I don't know, pissy isn't the word, but that you would see it everywhere. Do you remember when it first started, the pictures of it first started
I
coming
was
out?
like
And I was
invested
all right,
from the very first trailer.
They're making a Barbie movie, let's just call it a day.
I think it was very clever because the first trailer or the teaser trailer or whatever was quite abstract. They did not really reveal much about this film until well into the marketing campaign. And I think that was very clever because it left a lot of people thinking like, what is this going to be? There were little hints that it was going to be more than just a Barbie kids film.
What is it?
It was very, very interesting. I also really enjoyed how up until the actors strike, the red carpet looked small, the cast. I enjoyed that Margot Robbie was recreating like iconic Barbie outfits for each red carpet.
Cute, very cute.
I think that was really clever. I think ultimately we knew this was going to be a strong marketing campaign right from the beginning when they created that filter that went viral everywhere.
I never saw it.
That one where you take a selfie and you
and
upload
people
it,
did it
and
to
then it's
dogs.
got like
Hiya, Bobby.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go for a ride?
Sure, Ken.
Jump in.
no, not that one.
What's that?
The one that had it made you
Oh,
like, the poster.
the thing in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
This Barbie is a dog.
Yeah.
That one. I just burped like 3 times, and this is quite a small room.
Right.
I don't know though, this top, do you think I just look a bit like Tonya Harding in this a little bit? Okay, so yeah, you were into it, I wasn't that into it. However, in the lead up, when it became much more apparent that the reviews first of all started trickling in and people were like, no, even if you're not really into the idea, go and fucking see it. And my interest was piqued then. And it was in particular what people were saying about the fact that the humour in this, particularly like the meta humour, the kind of fourth wall breaking almost, which they did do at one point.
Yeah,
didn't
they did.
Sense of humour about it is really, really strong. And then the other side of it, which it never even really dawned on me, which is my stupidity because it's obviously what the whole thing is about. The like social commentary. People were saying how like razor sharp it was. So then I was like, oh, you know what, Barbara, you got it.
I think a lot of people were quite quizzical when they learned that it was going to be a Greta Gerwig film. Because this doesn't really seem like something she would show much interest in. It doesn't really follow the same genres. Like every film that she's done so far has almost been a different genre. And people were like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe there's going to be more to this, and there was. This is a very big cast. There are a lot of names in this cast, but I think it kind of goes. There's a little bit of stunt casting, but it's not for anybody major. I mean, Dua Lipa is in it for all of 5 seconds.
Dua Lipa, I could have done without
Cena is
Dua
in it for all
Lipa.
of 5 seconds. I don't mind that, but this is otherwise quite a big cast. I think the cast works very well.
Now, look, Nova. First of all, our thoughts on this are vis-a-vis the following. It's sick, it's so funny, and it is so smart. It is so clever. It does not let you breathe. Every other line, there is something that just makes... I mean, I gasped. I clutched my pearl several times because it's so sharp. And you can see how it probably took a very long time to write, but it doesn't suffer from kind of like... It didn't feel like it had a whole bunch of rewrites to it. It's just razor sharp, and it's very, very fucking funny. So in terms of the cast, like you're saying, yes, they all melded together, but it was also very apparent that everyone was sort of obviously trying to represent a completely different thing. Fucking Dr. Barbie, fucking whatever. What were the other ones? Lawyer Barbie, President Barbie. They're all wildly different. But yes, together they do work. It works very well. Now let's talk about Margot and Ryan Gosling. What did you think, Nova? What did you think?
I don't think you could have cast anybody more suitable for the roles. I was questioning Ryan Gosling when he was announced because I've never seen him do anything like this before. And then I also thought that like the platinum hair was a choice because Ken
did look
isn't
weird
normally blonde. Ken is a brunette, but when you see the film, you can see it's to differentiate him from the other Kens. So that makes sense.
To make him match the blonde Barbie as well, maybe. In my head, Ryan Gosling doesn't look like Chad-like enough to be Ken, which you kind of forget that the second it starts because he does such a good job.
The persona he puts on is like, it's perfect.
I feel like she obviously is exceptional. Margot Robbie, as we know, is an absolute caution. But Ryan Gosling was so good in this. Now, again, like leading up to it, people were saying, oh, he's like the one to kind of watch. And I was just always a bit like, well, I mean, I mean, not knowing the story, obviously, I was a bit kind of like, how can that be the case? But he is clearly the best thing in this, don't you think?
I read that there was a musical number that he was in towards the end, and I tried not to tell you that because I thought it might put you off.
Okay, I could have done without the musical number.
No, I really enjoyed that.
But again, it just worked so well. The storyline roughly being, of course, that Barbie's real life, sort of the woman playing with her, starts to kind of feel like shit and very kind of existential crisis, and it rubs off on Barbie, so she has to go to the real world to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, Ken, of course, discovers the patriarchy and he wants to turn Barbie Land into the Kingdom. Now, the thing I kind of mildly struggled with throughout this was kind of like trying to apply a tiny modicum of logic to it in terms of like, there's a part where the Mattel CEOs are trying to get her back to Barbie Land, and I was thinking, how's it gonna work? Are they gonna put her in a chute?
That was the weakest part of the film in this story. I think it was good enough for this standalone film, but the ideas and the lore, as it were, surrounding exiting and entering Barbie Land, surrounding the fact that Mattel is aware of this. It has happened before, their toys have escaped.
Yeah.
All of that, I think, was the weaker parts of this story.
But then also that the ghost of the creator of Barbie plays a character. She appears at some point.
I enjoyed that.
So yeah, I think I realised halfway through when
it's magic.
I was trying to think of like, oh, this is a bit confusing. Doesn't matter.
No.
Honestly, it doesn't matter because you just kind of give it up to God. Just let it happen, and just try not to get bogged down in the logistics of it, because the social commentary is obviously hysterical. And it was a little bit uncomfortable.
It's very self-aware to a point where I started to feel like this was quite ballsy of Mattel to sign off on, because it's very self-deprecating of their brand. But ultimately, and they even acknowledge this in the film towards the end, they know this is going to make money. They know that being self-deprecating and pointing at their own flaws is only going to be a good thing for the brand. So I guess in that way, does it make it a little bit shallow?
When did they launch? The 50s, was it? Or was it earlier than that? So, it's a completely different world, isn't it? So they would have no choice but to put their hands up and say, this is not really the same deal anymore. Let's laugh at it and give it a new lease of life.
It was just very interesting to see the acknowledgement that the company, Mattel, is basically run entirely by men. I just thought that was really cool. The way that they would just flog anything if it sells.
Yeah, right. America Ferrera does a very good job in this. A lot of people I saw on, I'm sorry, I was going to say Twitter then, but we should call it X. X.
No, I'm going to call it Twitter.
Okay.
My app still hasn't updated.
No, so. I know. I thought about that. Do you have to refresh it or something?
Yeah.
Or update it? Oh, bollocks to it. Bollocks to it all.
I think America Ferrera gives a fantastic performance, and I really liked her character. I think all of these characters...
It's not my point though was it's not like an incredible performance. A lot of people were like, "Oh, give her an Academy Award," because she has a particularly empowered speech. Monologue.
It's the writing in particular
about what it means to be a woman, and it's very difficult to sit through because it's all just completely on. She hit the nail on the head.
She performs it well though.
Her character sort of serves a purpose. It's not really a very fleshed out character. So, she does a very fine job. She's a very, very likable actor, I think, America Ferrera.
I think all of the characters in this film have layers, and I think there would be a lot of potential to, what's the word? Is novelize a word? To turn this into a novel. And
no one
expand
needs to do
on
that.
it a bit more. Because there is so much depth to these characters that you only get to see a short amount of in the film.
It is so funny. The meta humor, the idea that they are, there's no real sea, so they could hit a wave and it's plastic, so they just bounce off it. It's just so smart the way that they've thought about every angle of how kids play with Barbie dolls.
The Barbie Land sets.
Oh, it's so impressive.
Fantastic.
What kind of Barbie would you be? Cultural appropriation Barbie.
No, maybe pop star Barbie.
Not really sure what she's doing either.
Oh, okay. I'd be philanthropy Barbie.
Right.
She's just going round going around giving away money and stuff. Is that what philanthropy is?
The sets are just absolute eye candy, and like you said, it's really fun to see how the Barbies and the Kens interact with things. There's a little ongoing thing where Barbie doesn't know how to drink because they just
Pick up an empty cup and do
drink.
that.
I think that was really clever. The
Very
fact that they
clever.
can kind of just like borderline fly about the place because kids are just doing this to them. So when they crash, it's always really exaggerated. They'll do cartwheels in the air
Yes,
and
yes.
things like that. I thought was very clever.
It's mostly practical effects as well.
Yeah,
so it really...
Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie doing the splits all the time, I thought was really amusing.
Kate
to
McKinnon
see.
obviously just playing like another Kate McKinnon character.
Yeah, but it works.
I mean, she could literally just open her mouth and you'd be like crying. She's so great. Yeah, the one that has like all the pen and shit in her hair. She's great. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's gonna be really important, this picture. I think people are gonna look back on this. Not even just for the fact that it's very, very sharp in terms of the commentary, but what an absolute kind of like social phenomenon this has been.
Everybody, it's. I mean, Barbie has been very popular for decades. I think it's had its ups and its downs, but it has stayed pretty strong.
Did you have a Barbie doll?
Yeah, I did. I think this is leading into another high for the brand in terms of popularity, because now our generation is buying Barbie products. It might not be the toys, but everything is branded under the Barbie umbrella. There are so many clothing collaborations with Barbie, accessories.
Your sister had that bucket hat.
Yeah, like everything. It's just Barbie is cool again. And I quite like the idea that it's into the clothing and the fashion, because the fashion in the film as well was so excellent. I was reading that so much of it was recreations from actual archival Barbie costumes and pieces, and they also pulled a lot from Chanel and recreated like a bunch of Chanel outfits. That was like their two main go-tos. But I think that was so great. I really enjoyed that you can buy some of the original costumes now or pre-order, like that Iron Knuff hoodie.
Oh,
I really want
stop
that.
it.
So the fluffy tie-dye thing.
I don't know, it made me very uncomfortable. There were so many parts of it that made me so uncomfortable, knowing sort of straight, very toxic, masculine dudes who, oh god, you just know that they would kind of... It was just so on the nose. Like, it's so relatable. It's going to be so relatable to so many people who are just tired of, like, toxic masculinity. There's no other way around it, is there? It was a little bit uncomfortable in places, but only because it was so accurate.
There's been so many criticisms from men.
Oh, not that one,
from
fucker.
particularly
Don't say
right
his
wing
name. Don't
men.
say his name. That one.
I'm not going with loads. I
That
don't even
one.
know who you're referring to.
You know.
Who are making fools of themselves, commenting on this film based
Embarrassing.
on half a trailer, assuming they know everything about it and not knowing anything at
Dickheads.
all. And it's just so amusing to see that they think they're really doing something here when this film is so aware. It knows that these people are
almost
going to
too
say
aware.
these things. It's so predictable. This film knew this would happen, and you look like a fool. You look like an idiot.
A raging...
Because you are stupid and you don't understand. That's not for me to say that like you have to like this film. I'm saying these people,
point it's
particularly in the right
making.
wing, do not understand it. They don't understand.
No, I don't know. I think they probably understand it.
No,
I think they're just butthurt that they don't agree with it.
You want to see what some of them are saying. They're saying it's not diverse. It's what was they were saying like, oh, it's just Barbie's just blonde and white and Caucasian. It's like, have you not?
Oh yeah,
actually
well no,
seen
that's
that
a
there
tiny
is-
bit of it. But
is
there are
diversity in the
certain
film.
commentators who clearly just are butthurt and don't agree with the commentary on you know, the state of masculinity. So are deciding to sort of double down and say that it's shite, rather than just admitting that they're dickheads.
Yeah.
We particularly loved the inclusion of the trans actress.
Yes.
And again, a lot of these right-wing assholes are saying that it's just another prime example of trying to shove that kind of thing down your throat. Again, it's a movie about dolls, and specifically doll as being part of trans vernacular, particularly in America. You know, the idea of being able to kind of be your own creation. It's perfectly fitting, and it's an incredible... she was an incredible addition to this cast. It's so strong.
They also make direct reference to the fact that they do not have genitals because they are
The
dolls.
nude... What did they say?
So
nude...
why does it matter?
I have a nude, what do they describe it as? A nude fleshy bump or something. They would refer to it as that. There's some, it does veer, I mean, a child could watch this, but we were wondering about how much a child would really glean from it versus...
I think if I watched this as a child, I would be bored as soon as it went into the real world, which is maybe like a quarter, third of the way in. I'd lose interest.
Well, it's like
as soon
a lot
as the eye
of...
candy disappears.
It's
I'd
like a
lose
lot
interest.
of SpongeBob or like Scooby-Doo, these things that are sort of superficially for children. And children can watch it, but then there's a lot of stuff in there for adults that only adults would understand. So
I think this is more than that, though. I think this is more directed to adults.
It is a bit more.
But beyond the visuals, I don't see a lot in here for young children.
Well,
maybe
if anyone's
teenagers.
taken a kid, can you comment down below and see, let us know if your kids enjoyed it. I didn't have a Barbie Nova, thanks for asking. Because my mother wouldn't let me have one.
What do you think of the soundtrack? Because that was also a big part of the marketing.
You're editing this, so after I've said my mother didn't have one, you need to sort of put some sort of effect over my stern face. A sound.
Okay.
Yep.
We've
All right.
just heard it.
Okay, that's great. I brought this up to her and I was genuinely thinking like, oh yeah, now she'll get me one as a present, as like a nice thing. But she never did.
Soundtrack?
Don't like the soundtrack. Didn't think much of it. I can't stand I don't like Charlie XCX's music. I'm sorry, I find it egregiously irritating. So that one where it was, oh, Barbie, you're so fine, Barbie. Fuck me, Barbie. Oh.
Oh, fuck me, kid.
Oh my God.
I really think...
Shut up. It's so irritating.
It was very, very disappointing that we didn't get Barbie Girl in its original form.
Some kind
Even if it was a cover,
wouldn't you want that?
I wanted that song, and I understand there's been a long-standing legal battle between Aqua and Mattel over the use of it. I understand that. But if you're then going to include a sample of it in a new song with Nicki Minaj,
Oh, she can
which
fuck
was
off as
just
well.
crap. It was crap. Sorry. I'd rather not have it at all.
Yeah, bugger off. I didn't like that. The Lizzo song was great because of how they adapted it.
The Lizzo song was great.
For the actual film, there's like a different version in the film, which makes sense. Not that that's a song I would ever listen. I wouldn't listen to any of the songs. On
I
this
think the
soundtrack.
strongest songs, funnily enough, I think the Sam Smith song was excellent.
What was that? I don't even
so
know that.
funny.
Oh, hang on a second. The Billie Eilish one's not bad. I forgot
And the
about that
Billie
one.
Eilish song. I think those.
What's the Sam Smith one? I don't even know that one.
That plays over when the Kens are all getting together, like for the first time, and you're seeing them all when Barbie and the humans come into.
I mean, to be honest, nil interest in Sam.
I think it's called like
Smith
Real
either.
Man or something.
But you know, it's very, it's a very well
It doesn't
produced.
really sound like Sam Smith. That's probably why you didn't realise. It doesn't.
It all works. I mean, apart from it just not being to my taste, I couldn't really care less. Like, it all works. Helen Mirren. Oh, we should. First of all, Helen Mirren, excellent narration.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honoured.
Yeah.
Would die for Helen Mirren. And Rhea Perlman is sick in this as well. Who was Matilda's mother?
A girl does not get anywhere by acting intelligent.
And I couldn't believe it when she came on. I gasped. I haven't seen her in years.
I liked how she referenced the tax evasion
fraud thing was hilarious.
issues. For
Woman
those
next
who
to
aren't
me.
familiar, that is why she stepped down from the company, because there was some dodginess, some fiddling with the books
Fiddle with
towards
the
the
books.
end. So although she has got an incredible legacy, unfortunately it was not the most elegant exit to the company.
The woman who sat next to me when she came on, she went, oh, not to me, to the woman on the other side of me, she went, look, Matilda, over Matilda. The woman next to me stank, by the way.
Right.
The worst breath in the world, and she farted as well.
Right.
And it was such an enclosed
It was a very
theatre.
busy. It was a very
Because
busy
it was
screen.
like, it was the one where it was like cram as many people in as possible, and it was so hot and sweaty, and then people started farting at the end.
When that
How's that relevant?
When that Billie Eilish song came on, that whole scene, you'll know it when you see it. I did cry. I thought that was so touching and so emotional and beautiful. And that song is a very... I think all of Billie Eilish's kind of ballads are very, very pretty.
You do.
And she's very good at writing a song that... I'm struggling to find the words here. The melody complements
Just
her
give
voice
up.
and the lyrics. So she's just a brilliant songwriter.
Okay.
She's a very, very heartfelt songwriter.
Oh, yeah. I liked this so much that when it got to the weepy bit you're talking about, I wanted to cry. Like I thought this is going to be such a real moment, and I was just scone-faced the entire time. Maybe it's because I never had a Barbie. So I can't fucking relate. I don't know how to play with one. I've never picked one up in my life. I don't know what to do with it.
Right.
What do you do with it? Turn it, fold it, twist it, and bop it. Well, I wouldn't know. Your sister would have done that with hers.
This film has been very well received. Critically, it is making a shit ton of money. I think this is going to be a real iconic, like, pop culture film for years to come. I can't wait to have this. It's just like in with the back catalogue of like Mean Girls and like the sweetest thing, like a film that we just like, whack out when you just want something fun in the background. I think it's definitely going to be one of those.
Put it in that
films.
category because it's so heavy.
I think so.
It's.
I mean, it is if you pay attention to
superficially,
it.
it's so light and frothy, but it's quite intense. There's a lot to it, and at 2 hours, it's it's no sort of like light bite.
It depends how much you invest into it.
Thank you for coming, Nova.
Gosh, you're really steering the wheel in this video today, aren't you?
Someone's got to, or we're just going to crash.
Well, I'm editing it, so I'm going to make you look like quite the fool.
No, make me look great. Don't need to, already there. Thank you for coming for Barbie Hour.
Yes.
Barbie.
So you liked it then? I was missing I'm just like you.
I think that's true. You're just like me. Yes, I can see. We take responsibility. Stop it!
I would have liked that.
Or Tyra Banks comes in as that doll. She's not there
What was
either.
that song that she had? Shine bright, na, 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 shine, na, 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 you're a star.
She'll spend the whole night dancing.
Yes, that was great. Please comment down below what you thought. Did you think anything that we said was just wrong? Not interested if you thought that.
Yes.
You could comment it.
We're right.
Might just click on the 3 dots and then delete that comment.
Hide user from
It's
channel.
not. That's ridiculous. Obviously, we're in the right. You're in the wrong. And we also have a Patreon, Nova, don't we? Mm-hmm. With exclusive collectibles over there that you might be interested in. For which the link to visit will be arriving on screen just presently.
Hi, Barbie.
What you gonna do with all that ash?
I really thought you were going to go Sublime.
Oh my god, that was
the best part. If you've seen it, then you'll know what Sublime is. That was the best part of the whole film.
Really
I
good.
thought that was great. That's it then. Oh no. Oh, and some of the patrons get birthday shout-outs, including Nova.
But not limited to.
For July, they're both for July 24th, Nova. So I'll just do them.
Oh, okay.
The Simstress.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, the Simstress, and also for Brendan Behrman.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you prime fuckers.
You can also follow us on Twitch.
If you like, for gaming, Nova might play a Barbie game. You should play a Barbie
we play
game.
a Barbie game?
Why
There
don't you
are
play
a lot of them. They are generally
shite.
bad.
You're shitting me.
I'm not doing a joint one with you, so don't even ask.
But if there is a specific Barbie game that you think might be worth playing just as a one-off, let us know in the
You
comments.
should do Desperate Housewives the game.
No, I'm not doing that.
That was a great one.
No.
Thank you for coming then, and we're off now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to film another video?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll probably be out like tomorrow.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Die
How's
in
your
this-
eye doing now?
We're going to die in this room. It's still terrible.
I can't. Oh, you can't really move.
It's still terrible.
Look that way. Yeah.
And now there's like 7 of you. I should probably speak to someone.
Oh yeah, probably. That's
There
not
aren't.
great, is it?
There aren't really.
Oh.
I'm just being dramatic, so you'll get me chippies.
And sublime to our newest patrons: S. Ank, Mary Scary and Cookie, Murph, Demi Colour, Sally Stockwell, Ronald Dwayne, Michael Dunn, and Robert Ryan. Oh, it's so lovely.
Why did you not get me chippies? Join the Patron, we'll do a shot of Patron.
Legendary creature.